please, I beg you, tell people about Jesus. That's a command for you to obey from the Lord himself. Go therefore into all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things. This is the Great Commission. We're supposed to go and tell people about Jesus. But before we talk about the text, I want you to stop. Did you read the text already? If not, go do it. Have you found a space already? If not, go do it. And have you made a journal entry? If not, go do it. I know you might be saying, I don't want to write these things down, but do it. You're taking gold. Why would you? The Lord has given you something. Why would you not go and write it down? Go and do it. Write the scriptural insight that you learned, turn it into a prayer. It's not magical, but it just is transformative. To turn the scriptural insight into a prayer, it's either an adoration, praise to God, either a confession or a thanksgiving or some sort of petition asking him to help you. And then turn it into an application. You've already got it. If you picked it, if it's a sin to avoid my situation, it's a command to obey. You've already got the application set up. Go and do that now. So let's get into the reading. As they were coming down the mountain, Jesus just showed himself, showed them his glory. They saw Elijah. They saw Moses. Peter said, "Oh, it's good for us to be up here." And then he said something really silly and foolish. He said, "Let us build a temple to each and every one of them." No, 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 no. Silly, silly. Um, but they got to have this wonderful vision of Jesus. And then as they were coming down, Jesus said something to them that is odd, but we've seen him say these odd things in other places. He says, "Tell no one the vision." Basically, tell them, don't tell anybody that I'm God. Keep it quiet. Do not tell anyone the vision until the Son of Man is raised from the dead. Okay, so there's a point where we are now commanded to go and do it. We have examples in the Gospels where Jesus told people to keep their mouths shut and not to tell anybody about Jesus or who he was. And what do? They go and do it. And then what are we told to do? Go and tell all nations. Go and tell people about Jesus. And what do? We keep our mouths shut because we're afraid, because we're scared, whatever it might be. We don't, or people think we're weird. You're already weird. But go and tell people about Jesus. So Jesus told them, don't tell anyone until he's raised from the dead. Jesus has raised himself from the dead. So let's go and tell him. So then the disciples asked him, they're asking him something about this vision that they had up on the mountain. They said, then why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? Okay, they saw Elijah there on the mountain. What exactly is he talking about? That is a prophecy in the Old Testament of talking about that Elijah shall come before the Messiah. Verse 11, Jesus answered them, Elijah does come, and he will restore all things. But I tell you that Elijah has already come, and they did not recognize. And what's interesting is that he didn't even recognize himself, but did to him whatever they pleased, because Elijah, the fulfillment of that prophecy was actually John the Baptist. John the Baptist came in the power of Elijah. Now, John the Baptist knew that he was a voice in the wilderness, crying out, prepare the way of the Lord. But he did not understand that he himself was the fulfillment of Elijah, because the prophets or the religious leaders come to him and say, they come to John the Baptist and ask him if he is Elijah, and he says that he is not. So even John the Baptist didn't really understand that he was fulfilling that prophecy. So Jesus says, I tell you, Elijah's already come. He's already gone. But they did to him whatever they pleased. His head was chopped off because he was following after the Lord. So also the Son of Man will certainly suffer at their hands. Elijah suffered, that is John the Baptist, and now the great Messiah, Jesus himself, will do it. Then the disciples understood that he was speaking to them of John the Baptist. And now for my journal entry, which I hope you already made one, the scriptural insight is that we are to now go and tell people about Jesus. My prayer was then a prayer of petition, asking God to help me. Father, help me to tell others about Jesus. I want to tell blank about Jesus. Who is it that you want to tell about Jesus? Ask him to help you. Then the command to obey. I will invite someone to church with me. That's a real easy one to do. You can share that that URL link, gocentral.org/Jesus, which will give them a gospel presentation from Pastor Jake, Stephen, and myself. Um, So invite somebody to church with you, invite somebody to Sunday school with you. Do something to invite them to a place where they will hear about Jesus and be around Christian friends. Take them out to eat afterward and say, "What'd you think?" Introduce them to me. I'd love to meet them as well and start a relationship with them. I pray that that has been a blessing to you, and I will see you all in the next video.